For pre-need, funerals, burials, or cremations since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Mrs. Linda Russell Johnson, age 66 of Childersburg, died March 19th at her residence. Funeral service today at 2 p.m. from Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, with the Reverend Wayne McDaniel officiating. Burial in the Green Hill Memorial Gardens. Visitation prior to the service, 1 until 2 today at the Childersburg Chapel. Online condolences at CurtisandSonFunerals.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel directing. Funeral service for Mr. Harold A. Miller, age 81 of Vincent, is today at noon from Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, with the Reverend Mitch Cannell officiating. Burial in the Vincent Cemetery. Visitation today, 10 until noon at the funeral home. Online memorials at CurtisandSonFunerals.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel directing. Mrs. Elise P. Weldon, age 92 of Sylacauga, died March 20th at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Funeral service will be held Friday at 2 p.m. from First Baptist Church in Sylacauga, with the Reverend Rick Patrick officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery in Sylacauga. Visitation will be tonight at the North Chapel of Curtis & Son Funeral Home from 5 until 8 p.m. Online condolences at CurtisandSonFH.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel directing. Mr. Talman R. Morris Jr., age 88 of Sylacauga, died March 21st at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Arrangements to be announced by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel. Funeral service for Miss Vera Frances Price, age 95 of Alexander City, is Saturday at 11:30 from the Chapel of Radley Funeral Home, with the Reverend Tim Harris officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends on Saturday from 10 until 11 at the funeral home. Miss Price died Wednesday, March 21st at her residence. She was a member of the Comer Memorial Baptist Church and being the oldest female member. In lieu of flowers, a family request donation be made to Comer Memorial Baptist Church, 341 East Church Street, Alexander City, Alabama, 35010. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, Alexander City, directing. Funeral service for Major Tyrone E. Ballard, age 48, formerly of Goodwater, will be Saturday at 2 p.m. from Paradise Mission Full Gospel Worship Center in Goodwater. Burial in the church cemetery. Armors Memorial Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Mrs. Mary Fuller Jones, age 75 of Goodwater, will be 1 o'clock on Friday at Paradise Mission Full Gospel Worship Center in Goodwater, with burial in the Macedonia Memorial Garden, also in Goodwater. Visitation will be today at the funeral home from 12 until 7, Armors Memorial Funeral Home in Alexander City, directing. Celebration of Life service for Betty Joe Jones will be Saturday, April the 7th at 11 a.m. from Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City. Patricia Joan Edwards, age 64, died March 18th. Funeral service today at Talladega Funeral Home at 3 p.m. Burial at the Stockdale Baptist Church Cemetery. The Reverend Corey Burrell will officiate the service. Talladega Funeral Home directing. And graveside service for Janet K. Hess, age 72, is Friday at 2 o'clock from Bethlehem United Methodist Church Cemetery in Clay County. Mrs. Hess died Tuesday at Lineville Health and Rehab. She was a member of the Bethlehem United Methodist Church in Clay County. Online condolences may be made at EarthStreetFuneralHome.com. Earthstreet Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. So these obituaries brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. For pre-need, funerals, burials, or cremations since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.